to set a brand new record.
Well, we hope you're all enjoying your atmosphere here.
Onto the qualification process for the men's team pursuit now in the Velodrome in Lima at the 18th Pan American Games.
Men, we're in the qualification stages of this ride, and we're going to have 6 teams on the track, and those 6 teams will be racing individually to try and set the fastest time. The 2 fastest teams will ride for the gold medal, and the 3rd and 4th teams will ride for the bronze medal.
El punto siguiente es la persecución por equipos varones que debuta en estos Juegos Panamericanos.
Trinidad and Tobago will be the first to go in this men's team pursuit qualification process, and it's quite simple. With 6 teams, 2 will be out of contention. The top 2, the fastest 2, they will race for gold, and 3rd and 4th will race for bronze. So we start with Trinidad and Tobago. Further down the order, Colombia, one of whom in their team, Juan Arango, won the gold medal in this event in 2015. They will race 5th with the USA following them.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're welcome to the track, our first team in the qualification. Please welcome the team of Trinidad and Tobago. Tyler Cole, Jovian Gomez, Ken Porosco, and
very effectively, and that was a fearsome and physical effort from Whiteman to set the team up so well. And they're the tactics most interesting in this sport. Trinidad and Tobago making the decision to sacrifice a rider early on. Only 3 have got across the line. And so to Peru. Alonso Gamero, Andre Gonzalez, Alan Quispe and Hugo Ruiz. Now, inspired by Trinidad and Tobago setting a new national record, can Peru do much the same? And so the countdown is on for the host nation. They're underway. Alonso Gamero, Andre Gonzalez, Alan Quispe and Hugo Ruiz.
The team started, getting themselves up to speed now, looking to try.
Peru attacking the time of Trinidad and Tobago. 4:24.216 is the time to beat.
Los 4 corredores son arequipeños, me parece. Ahí sonaba la canción de Arequipa. Perú en línea, el récord nacional, aquel equipo del año pasado en Aguascalientes, 4 minutos 18 segundos, 687 milésimas, récord a batir para Perú.
Good start this by Peru. It's Alonso Gamero who leads the way.
A very cohesive team, this Peru team.
They've got a very nice line established. The distance between the riders is good. This is promising from Peru. This is very promising. They're a whole second faster so far than Trinidad and Tobago.
Coming up to 1,000 meters, and they are 1
second and a half quicker than the leaders at the moment.
This is a great ride by the Peru team.
This is quite excellent from Peru. They really are delivering. Really superb. Yes, there were some very fast teams to come, but it's impressive indeed, and they are really maintaining a good, tidy formation. 3.262.
Están ganando por 3 segundos. Pueden hacer el récord nacional. De momento está en el aire el récord nacional.
4 seconds almost on Trinidad and Tobago have Peru. Well, Trinidad and Tobago having set a national record. Are we going to get the same from this Peruvian team? They're certainly making a big attack on it. 4.448 at the halfway mark, well up on Trinidad and Tobago. A reminder that the top 4 go into the hunt for medals. The top 2 will race for gold, and 3rd and 4th will race for bronze.
They're getting closer now to that national record of 4:18.687 is the time to beat that they want to put themselves ahead of. Now they're going to really have to concentrate into this hard extra section of this race, because when they reach 3,000 meters, it's really
2.5 now for Peru. They're attacking the national record of 4 minutes 18.687. That's what Peru are really targeting, attempting to blow the national record out of the water. They're looking pretty on for this at the moment, Peru. But watch out for the gap between 3rd and 4th.
The team of Trinidad and Tobago and break their national record, coming up now to 3,000.
They're using every single rider very economically. They're using them very equally. The lead is with Andre Gonzalez, 7.354 ahead of Trinidad and Tobago. No real doubt there, but it's about the attack on the national record. Now they're down. Just the 3 left for Peru. Have they gone at this a little bit too hard? It's getting very slightly ragged in terms of the formation for Peru. The gap between 2nd and 3rd is a little on the pronounced side. Now it's better. Now they've pushed up. Just 3 to attack the line now. Peru are going for the national record, 4 minutes 18.687. Can they break it? Huge push needed from the back. The national record of 4 minutes 18.687 has gone, and Peru set a brand new national record. And not just that, they have smashed the national record by over 4 seconds. Brilliant display from Alonso Gamero, Andre Gonzalez, Alain Quispe and Hugo Ruiz. They have destroyed the national record by 4.2 seconds. What a start we have had here. Trinidad and Tobago breaking the national record, Peru breaking the national record, and this is just qualification. Well, we have already seen so far in this session of track cycling a Pan American record broken in the women's sprint, and we've seen 2 national records broken in the men's team pursuit qualification. It is on here in Lima. It did look just for a moment as though Peru were going to struggle a bit in the last 1,000. It all got a touch on the disorderly side. They really did recover magnificently.
Whiteman, the team of Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, as a nation, Trinidad and Tobago are no strangers to success on the track at the Pan American Games. They're attacking the 2011 Pan American record that was set in Guadalajara by the Colombian team. 3 minutes 59.236 the time. World record is Australia's. That was set earlier this year in Poland. It was 3:48.012.
4 riders in the team, and they will ride 16 laps of the track. We need you to make as much noise as possible to encourage these riders. They're looking to qualify for the next round. Of course, 6 teams, 4 teams will ride for medals, so we need them to set a nice fast time.
So 4 riders will go in each team. Representing Trinidad and Tobago, it's Tyler Cole, Jovian Gomez, Kemp Orozco and Jabari Whiteman. Now the idea here, for those of you new to watching the team pursuit competition, the rider that you are most interested in is the third rider. The front wheel of the third rider is what determines the finishing time as they cross the line after 16 laps. And so this one is all about the tactics. It's all about the way that they switch between the lead rider it all comes down to the process of aerodynamics. The lead rider is the one who's having to do the hardest amount of work. The rest will try to slipstream in behind them and to drag. What they want to do is to minimize that total drag as much as possible. So there'll be switches between the lead rider periodically. And if you watch the women's competition in the qualification process, you will have seen some interesting tactics. Some teams are attempting to really burn out that first rider to set a very good early pace and then leave them so the team just works with 3 for much of the second half. It's down to the team, it's up to them how they choose to approach the process. And so we begin with Trinidad and Tobago, with Cole, Gomez, Orozco and Whiteman.
16 laps of the track. The time splits every 4 laps, so the 1,000 meter split.
It is Jabari Whiteman who's taking the lead at the moment.
Trinidad and Tobago underway.
4 kilómetros persecución por equipo, 16 vueltas a la pista. Récord a batir por Trinidad y Tobago, el récord nacional, 4:26.561. 3 de los corredores de los 4 que hay acá hicieron el récord en Cali el año pasado.
A long leading process this for Jabari Whiteman.
Well, the team looking to go as close as possible to the 4-minute mark. The Colombian team hold the Pan American record, 3:59.236, which was set in Guadalajara in Mexico, and it stood
750 meters have gone.
2011. So that record has stood for a long time. On this track, though, it's going to be
here we go. The first kilometre mark is about to come up. Trinidad and Tobago at the 1 quarter mark with 1:09.113 for them.
In 1:09.113.
1 minuto, 9 segundos, 113 milésimas, primer kilómetro para los corredores de Trinidad y Tobago.
Really are just racing as a line with no change at all. Jabari Whiteman has done it all so far. Wouldn't be surprised if quite soon Whiteman then just drifts away. Doesn't complete this ride with Tyler Cole getting poised to take over. And there we go, that's the moment. So Jabari Whiteman is out and done. So it's now down to the 3, and it's Tyler Cole who's taken the lead. So Jamaica, or Trinidad and Tobago rather, occupying exactly the same approach as the Mexican team did in the qualification process in the women's event. Now it's a lot of work on for these 3, a lot of work indeed. Jovian Gomez, halfway mark. Gomez has the lead. Jabari Whiteman has now drifted back, and it's Kemp Orozco who's leading for Trinidad and Tobago.
Gomez had to work really hard then to get back onto the back wheels of his teammates. He swung up expecting 4 riders and realised there were only 3. So
just becoming a little bit stretched now, Trinidad and Tobago.
As they get now towards
it's a little bit all over the place.
Encourage these riders.
Certainly at the very back of the line. A bit of veering around wildly as they try to change, but they are working fiercely hard, Trinidad and Tobago. Approaching the last quarter of this qualification ride, Trinidad and Tobago. It's a better, smoother change around on this occasion, but the gap between the wheels with second and third is growing.
Coming up towards 3,000 metres. meters, 3:18.578.
A really smooth change around, but again, the gap is quite big at the back. That's what they've really got to watch here as Tyler Cole tries to drive this team onwards into the last 3/4 of a kilometre. Go Trinidad and Tobago.
Nice turn on the front there, just keeping this as steady as possible. This looks like it could be a very good time for Trinidad and Tobago as they continue with their effort. Coming up now to the last couple of laps of racing for Trinidad and Tobago.
Nearly there, Trinidad and Tobago.
A great sprint contest so far.
Again, the gap between those first two riders is a touch on the pronounced side as a really big push is being undertaken by Jovian Gomez. He's working incredibly hard at the front. Now slips to the back, so this is it. Trinidad and Tobago needing to push incredibly hard now to reach this line.
What's the time going to be? They're going to set the standard for everyone else to beat.
Trinidad and Tobago to cross the line, and the time is 4:24.216. 4:24.216 for Trinidad and Tobago. And they have set themselves a new national record, I believe. Yes, we have confirmation that's a national record for Trinidad and Tobago. That's a brilliant display by them. Excellent, excellent work by the team from Trinidad and Tobago to break the national record in this first qualification ride at Lima 2019. And Jabari Whiteman was the competitor who led the way before dropping out. He really did carry the first section of that whole ride, taking all of the drag himself and allowing the others to slipstream in behind him. Great action in qualification for the men's team pursuit.
Ladies and gentlemen, please now welcome
to Chile. Felipe Peñalosa, Antonio Cabrera, José Rodríguez and Pablo Cesteos.
A intentar el récord nacional por debajo de 4 minutos, 3:59.154. 3 años atrás en Aguascalientes, Felipe Peñalosa, el veteranísimo Antonio Cabrera de 1000 batallas, José Luis Rodríguez, el campeón panamericano, y Pablo 6 dedos, doble campeón panamericano del scratch y persecución por equipos.
And so Chile, the third of the 6 to go in the men's team pursuit qualification. Best time so far is Peru, 4 minutes 14.415. Trinidad and Tobago, 4:24.216. Top 4 are in medal contention. Outside of it at the moment, Chile. But plenty of time still to go. It's 16 laps.
Antonio Cabrera, 5 veces campeón panamericano por equipos, 2 oportunidades, y Madison triple campeón panamericano, y José Luis Rodríguez también campeón contrarreloj en ruta sub-23, estrella de Chile en la pista.
The Chilean team looking very good so far. José Rodríguez on the front of the string of riders. All 4 riders trying to go as far through this 4,000 meters as possible. They're slightly down on the team of Peru so far as they hit the 1,000 meters. Just
1/4 of the way gone. They've just moved now for the first time into the lead. Chile have now just moved ahead of the time set by Peru, looking for the first time, so they're going to make a meaningful attack on this.
Chile go through 1:2:50 and 1:22.266.
Really using José Rodríguez.
Pablo Cesteos. This is the team of Chile. On the front at the moment is Antonio Cabrera, just trying to keep the
Cabrera gives way and goes to the back.
Nice and smooth for this squad. Peñalosa now takes over.
Felipe Peñalosa is leading the way. Regular changes Very clear now for Chile, and it's working nicely because they're over 2 seconds up on Peru.
Relax into the rest of this ride on the aero skis.
It's looking really nice from Chile, like they've got into a bit of a rhythm now.
In the slipstream, they're now
It's a very good changeover
of the team of Peru. This is looking, Cesar, like a very good performance.
El récord de los Juegos Panamericanos lo tiene Colombia, el equipo de Arango, que repite hoy. Arles Castro Ávila, el doble campeón del mundo de puntos. Zubeima Roldán, 3 minutos 59 segundos, 236 milésimas en Guadalajara 2011.
Chile continue with this big effort now, getting towards the 2,500 meter point. The Pan American record
seems to be very little doubt as Antonio Cabrera has the lead for Chile that they're going to go far ahead of Peru if this continues. 3.46 better than anything we've seen so far.
Next rider coming through. The coach keeping a good eye. Now a bit of a gap starting
now there are some just small problems between third and fourth, but they've eaten that away. But yes, the gap now, it's growing, it's really becoming pronounced. They're going to lose a rider pretty soon, you'd have to say. This is now where it's going to be very tricky. It's all become quite spread for Chile. So now just down to the 3 to carry this race through. 3,375 metres are gone. They've got 6 seconds on Peru for 14.415. It's all on these last 3, all on them. We've had 2 national records set so far. And so Chile approaching the line. 6.67. Here we go into this final attack. They're going to comfortably go into the lead, Chile, with a time of 4:07.393, 7 seconds faster than anything that we have seen so far, and that is also a national record, I believe, in Chile. And indeed, so that's being announced as a national record for Chile. Felipe Peñalosa, Antonio Cabrera, Jose Rodriguez and Pablo Cestedos. Another national record set.
A great performance by the Chilean team. Show your appreciation, ladies and gentlemen, for the fastest ride so far.
So Chile go into the lead, and most crucially, Chile have now guaranteed themselves a medal race. And that's the most important thing for Chile. They will at least be involved in the playoff for bronze. And so we have 3 to go: Mexico, Colombia and the USA. It's Mexico next with Ignacio Prado, Jose Aguirre, Edibaldo Maldonado and Ignacio Sarabia. Well, it's been a splendid start so far to this men's team pursuit qualification process here at Lima 2019. Chile, Peru and Trinidad and Tobago have all broken national records.
Ignacio Prado, Jose Aguirre, Edibaldo Maldonado e Ignacio Sarabia.
underway for the team.
Mexico get things underway. Ignacio Prado, Jose Aguirre, Edibaldo Maldonado and Ignacio Sarabia attacking a time of 4:07.393. That's Chile. That is the best that we've seen so far.
Produce a great ride. The time to beat now, 4:07.393.
All they've got to do, in theory, is get beyond Peru's time to guarantee themselves a race for a medal. They'll want to go better than that, obviously, in order to be in contention for going for gold. But if they come in better than 4:14.415, then Mexico will have a medal race. And they're certainly in touch with this time set by Chile, no doubt about that. Just a little outside.
As he swings up and lets his teammate go through to share the pace now. It's all about getting the maximum.
Ignacio Sarabia leads the way for Mexico.
Some riders are able to do longer turns, some riders are able to just do very short turns of half a lap. Just depends how you're feeling on the particular day and how much power you have in those legs. Coming up then to, they've already gone through the 1,000 meter point and they're looking good. Mexico
are most definitely in touch with Chile. It's getting on for around about a second outside of the time. That's okay. Problem is, though, the time is growing, the gap is growing. Over a second now for Mexico. They're far away from the halfway mark of the whole process. 1.224 outside Mexico, just starting to slow a touch, perhaps.
The team of Chile, they need to start to accelerate just a little bit more, heading towards
With the lead, it is once again the Sarabia.
We'll see whether the coach has set them a tempo to go faster.
1.721
for the opening 2,000 meters.
Now they're certainly not out of it in terms of defeating Chile, although there's a big third-fourth gap now. Might be going down to 3, and indeed they are.
Through now and continuing with the workload, but 3 riders left in the team. That's
halfway mark, and there's a lot still to be done for these 3.
As they continue with this effort, all the double disc wheels in these bikes trying to be as aerodynamic as possible.
2.277 after 2,500.
2.2 seconds slower.
Jose Aguirre is the leader for Mexico, and they don't look like they're going to be able to attack this Chile time, because the gap is definitely growing. It's a lot of work now for these 3.
They still have everyone riding very close,
but they are most certainly in contention for a qualification spot overall.
the front of the group was Prado yet again as he tries to drag the pace out a little bit.
Now the gap, it'll get worrying for Mexico if this gets a couple more seconds slower, but they've got about 7 seconds, Chile and Peru, between them. So as long as Mexico come in somewhere better than 7 seconds, they're going to go into a medal race. And they're going to do that almost certainly, unless something goes really wrong now in the last 500. They're just over 3.5 seconds slower than Chile.
4.9, maybe 4.10 for this squad. As we look now, with 1 lap of racing to go.
Into the final lap for Mexico, 4.136 is the gap.
Mexico is going to be around about
Taking them across the line, Ignacio Prado, he's leading the way.
They hit the line,
4 minutes 11.384 for Mexico. That's second position for them, and ahead of Peru by 3.1 seconds or thereabouts. Chile still leading. They were 3.991, Mexico slower than the time set by Chile. the penultimate team to go, Colombia. Part of that team, Juan Arango, who took a gold medal 4 years ago in this event in the Toronto 2015 Games, with Brian Gomez, Jordan Parra and Brian Sanchez joining him. Just 1/4 of that team still competing here in Lima 4 years on.
Please now welcome to the track the team of Colombia.
Viene seguidamente el equipo de Colombia, el actual recordista de los Juegos Panamericanos.
And so here go Colombia, holders of the Pan American record, 3 minutes 59.236, and among the absolute favourites to take the gold medal.
Juan Arango already got Team Pursuit's gold medal in 2011, and he was the Omnium gold medalist in 2011 as well. The Colombian team settling into their
Juan Arango, he was part of that team that broke the record in Guadalajara in 2011. Different teammates though. They're certainly in touch with what Chile have done. We expect them now to be ahead as we get to the next split time, Colombia. Indeed so they've nudged ahead by 500ths. They're starting to really build up some speed now, and what they will do likely is attack this really tactically, Colombia. So very good formation between these four.
1,000 metres, 17299.289 seconds faster.
Lovely smooth changeover. Sort of 10th over Chile. Now they're outside of Chile, interesting. So this is close.
1-1 down now on the time of Chile. So this Chilean time is looking very, very strong already compared to the other squads.
Now Colombia just inside, but it really is close.
So far, the Colombian team expected to go quicker.
Almost a 10th in front, Colombia. They are getting close to 0.2 the advantage. This is better from Colombia. They're starting to get a really good rhythm. Changes, looking smooth. But it's very close at the halfway mark of this qualification ride. Colombia and Chile virtually inseparable at the moment. Will Colombia finish most strongly? They certainly are picking up the pace, and they certainly are eating away some of this time. The leader is Jordan Parra. Yes, this is better from Colombia in the latter portion of the ride. Significantly so.
The Colombian team heading towards the 3,000 metres point. Now they go nearly a second ahead, which means this would be around 4.6 as a performance by this squad of Colombia. Really settling into this.
Well, it certainly is going to be tight between Colombia and Chile, especially with only 3 now finishing things off in the last kilometre for Colombia. What a ride it was by Chile. They really have made things difficult. Colombia just losing a fraction of this advantage they've built up, losing quite a lot of the advantage. Well.
To beat the time of Chile, but now things are starting to get a little bit more pressure.
This is difficult now for Colombia, with Gomez leading the way. Are they going to be in or out? They're just inside, but not by much in the last 500. And the key thing here is Colombia are slowing. They are most certainly slowing, and they're outside of Chile's time. They are outside of Chile's time. Approaching the belt. This is very close.
This is a 4.7 ride by the Colombian team. They need to.
Who's it going to be? Will it be Colombia or will it be Chile? We're going to discover in a matter of moments. They've got to get that third rider closer and closer and closer. A look behind, and they've just about done it. 4:07.153 by just under 2.5 tenths. Colombia have moved into top qualification spots. That's a brilliant battle with Chile. Incredibly close, and Colombia showed remarkable strength in the final sections of the ride. And they've just done it. And so what that means with one team to go is Colombia and Chile are in the gold medal qualification spots. That is to say, those two will ride for the gold, and it's Mexico and Peru in the bronze medal qualification spots. They will ride in the third place playoff, but we still have the USA to come.
The final team now make their way onto the track. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the team of the United States of America.
Se viene el equipo de los Estados Unidos con el recordista mundial, señoras y señores, de la persecución individual, Ashton Lambie, Kevin Hover.
So to the United States of America, the last to go. Bib number 119 for the USA. Adrian Hegivari.
This team, of course, have the world record of the individual pursuit.
Ashton Lambie,
who on his own over 4,000 metres has ridden 4 minutes 7.251. That at the moment would produce the second fastest time in this competition. Ashton Lambie, then the world record holder at 4,000 metres individual pursuit.
Lambie, campeón panamericano de la persecución individual y por equipos el año anterior en Aguascalientes. Hover, igualmente campeón por equipos panamericano. El equipo de los Estados Unidos, el mejor tiempo lo tiene Colombia, que ha marcado 4 minutos 7 segundos y 153 milésimas. El récord de los Juegos está por debajo de 4 minutos. Lo tiene el equipo colombiano en el 2008 en Guadalajara. 3 minutos 59 segundos, 236 milésimas.
Ashton Lambie tucks himself onto that bike, the fastest moustache in the world. He's getting himself ready into that aero tuck. Ashton Lambie, the world record holder at the individual pursuit.
Away go the United States of America. John Krug, Adrian Hegivari, Gavin Hoover and Ashton Lambie.
As he just accelerates nicely. Some of these riders
they've already started very well, the USA, very well indeed.
With the chain ring on the other side,
This is an absolutely superb start for the United States of America. Goodness me, they are really flying round early on. Over the first 500 metres, they've already taken 2 seconds off the time set by Colombia. This is a massive display.
The time to beat is 4:7.153 as on the front.
Are they making attack here for the Pan American record? Colombia's time 3:59.236 from 2011.
They're looking to beat the time which is
I don't think there's any doubt at the moment that they're going to beat Colombia's time if this continues, because they're looking absolutely sensational. 3.17. And over the 1/4 mark, and they've already picked up a whole 3 seconds over the time set by Colombia of 4:07.153. The question is, can they keep going, get close to that record? Now the time has just dipped away a bit to 2.49.
They are going even faster. This ride is looking like it's going to be somewhere around 4 minutes if they continue on this trajectory.
Just losing a little bit of the time now, the USA.
United States of America. Ashton Lambie setting the tempo on the front.
Ashton Lambie leading the way, behind him Gavin Hoover. And what about now? That's more like it again from the USA. Halfway mark, well over a couple of seconds faster than Colombia. Not looking like they're inside the Pan American record time though at the moment. Now the lead is with Gavin Hoover.
The coach just giving them a few signals, just a little hand signals.
Is keeping a very nice line, Hoover, as now the changeover happens once more.
Back towards the 3 seconds.
Close to a 3-second gap, the United States of America.
Ride of around 4:4 now. They've settled into a rhythm that's not going to be super quick, but it's going to be quick enough to put themselves into the gold medal ride-off.
With Adrian Hegevati leading the USA. Now into the last kilometre, 2.5 seconds advantage over Colombia, so no real likelihood now of that Pan American record being under threat. That was going to need to be around about a 7-second advantage, and it looked like it at the very start. But this is just qualification. They're keeping things quite light at the moment, the USA. They're not overworking it. It looks almost certain as though it's going to be Colombia and the USA battling for gold, with Chile and Mexico in the fight for the bronze medal. Mexico so close, or rather Chile so close to the time of Colombia.
This is a ride of around about 4 minutes, 4 seconds by the time they hit the line. They're leaving something in the tank for the final.
The United States,
they're not flat out at this moment.
This is a very composed finish indeed from Ashton Lambie.
They're going to hit the line now.
And across they go, the USA 4:03.796.
4-minute-4-second barrier.
Almost 3.5 seconds quicker than Colombia. And so it will be the USA and Colombia that go for gold. But really, you just got the feeling there watching the USA that they can go significantly faster than that. And that was a case of doing what was necessary to get over the line into first place.
The 4 fastest times then, United States of America.
There was no issue at all for the USA.
Mexico.
Ashton Lambie looking quick as ever. Got a really good start, the USA. It was a powerful push-off, and they were already at the very first split time ahead of Colombia. And actually then, in the middle portion of the ride, just calmed it down, didn't do too much. The coaches will certainly be saying there's no sense in overdoing it. Despite setting national records, Peru and Trinidad and Tobago miss out on qualification for the last 4. The USA and Colombia, they will race for gold. Chile and Mexico will race for bronze in the men's team pursuit competition at Lima 2019.
Media.